It's 4 p.m. 6/25/2023. I'm gonna post this up on both Facebook and Twitter, no less. Again, I'm starting my Patreon slowly, and now that I'm slowly building up a few of the videos. Again, it will start off as me making this documentary because again, it takes up the same motif as Herman's House. Yeah, that one Black Lives activist. Oh, I'm sorry, Black Panther. But again, as a Black Lives activist, again, I will point these things out, and again, give credit where credit's due, because again, these are sad stories, and I don't care what anyone says. As a person, abolitionist, they hit me just like the story of Redemption with Tookie Williams and Jamie Foxx. I don't watch Jamie Foxx movies, but still, there's well, I guess there's Ray Collateral in that movie, yeah. I even listen to some of his music, but not too much. Yeah, and I like some of his radio and all that, but still, not too much of that. Yeah. But moving on, yeah, he's a hilarious comedian, yeah. But yeah, to this point, I'm just again, as a disabled activist, as a Philistine, and now that someone who's trying to cut not only emotional ties to toxic people, also uplift generational trauma from myself, and now that to reflect on the therapy that I've had thus far and how far I've gone, and it makes me quite question if I would have had this a little bit earlier, whether it be in my 20s or even beforehand. But I don't even think about this because again, that is just waste of time. Now that is a pity party. Now that you can have that pity party to yourself, because quite literally, I come from the school of hard knocks, regardless. Because I come from a family of farmers and boxers, and you don't even understand what that means. Now that, let me go give you that daredevil treatment, because again, there's plenty of fathers around here, whether it be Catholic or regardless of what walk of life, to go and address these matters, whether it be on a geological basis or any other reason why. Because again, it's not like people don't contemplate life, right? Except the ones who's having the earth shattering nosebleed right now. Have that moment clarity to yourself. Because quite literally, I just downloaded AVG Internet Security, and I was just weeding out all this unnecessary files. And now that as I waited for my check, because I called the SSI yesterday, and they told me you have to wait 24 hours. Now that at the same time, I'm having all these internet texts. Now that what's going on in between, both in the front and of everybody and the behind the scenes, because again, this will be used against you in the court of law, no less. And now there are internet troll farms that will go after me. Now that troll farms, whether it be on the internet, whether it be on Twitter, or troll farms, whether it be in this apartment building, because again, this is a big apartment building, and you wonder why thresholds didn't want to remove me, and again, would send me also letters, right, saying oh, there's this person, there's no inspection, because again, you're doing that back and forth stuff to go and put me in a manic state, and oh, so flyers, fight or flight. Now that to add on to a punchline, I'm calm as a cucumber, because again, I wonder why, because I've been eating, and I wonder why you've been monitoring both my food intake, and also now that my cannabis and tobacco intake, along with a few others. And again, I wonder why you want to remove this apartment right away, regardless if there would be something in the background. Now, whether it be a stupid party to go and what again, get a bunch of people blackmailed. Or now that, what do you think a trap house is? Now that, what do you think what they would do, right? With an apartment like this, with the graffiti, and now that disrespect me at the same time. Now that there's a bunch of dumpster divers, dumpster kings, from Scopely, that I don't even care for. Because again, currently, there's so many bots like you. Okay, this bot right here, I have to laugh. Now that the shriveled dick loser, again, I'm just dressing the group of shriveled dicks in the room right here. Because again, now that the locals as well, because again, I walked outside the Morris, and someone's like, "What are you doing?" Okay, and you see it right in front of people, no less. I'm like, continue doing that, because we're all laughing at you. And now that it's a hate crime. Now that this Jennifer Bridgman's countryside, the show about my birthday, no less, I have to laugh, because again, I knew what you were doing, and I was laughing inside. But I was so annoyed to the point I was having a great a moment of clarity. Now that a breather, no less. When I came here and to my apartment, I'm going to continue smoking, because I didn't even smoke that much with this lady. And now that this lady was doing it, was what? Because of soap opera that I didn't even care for, and I wasn't even listening. Yeah. And you knew it, and everyone knew it, and it was hilarious. So again, back to Dispensary 33, you guys disappoint me. Rather you disappoint me. I want to go inside, but I can't wait to this check. How am I going to get my medical marijuana? Huh? You think I'm going to go to Wrigleyville? How long have I been a lawyer as a customer? How long? I'll drop $100 right there. Like, yeah, every time. I don't care. Like, yeah. Again, I wonder if it was because of someone was angry or whatever. I know because again, I go in there and I say prayers to myself. Now that I go and observe, and now that I collect information, because again, it's not like I haven't been harassing any other business, right? It's not like I want to go mention one thing or another. It's like, what's the bigger picture here? The bigger picture is fuck these people. And again, like I don't want to have any disrespect, but you see, this is just bringing out all kinds of pure emotions. I can see why you want to remove me or just put me from one place to another. But again, do you see how ridiculous this is? Because I have to wait. You understand? Like I have to wait to go even outline this and like and just leave. And now that why the forced eviction? And now that as if like you're my child, right, or a Karen, right, or as if you're my baby mama, or for whatever reason to go put up time restrictions and go and say like I can control when you can leave and whatever. Like yeah, because of what? Because I've been calling 911 and making calls and like it's quite disgusting how some of these calls are being like had because this will be used against you in the court of law because it's hilarious like is your superintendent is your union rep right next to you because quite literally all those police officers in blue down the street you know less are already and it's hilarious too no less and like you bring out the like the assholes I have noticed that too because there was this one nice gentleman, like, you know what? I'm very quiet. Just let me listen to this. Like, oh, I like this guy. You know why? I got wrote my shit and left. Like, yeah. Whereas there's so many others that want to go drag this shit on and refuse to let me go and have these police force, let alone document it, whether it be video or not. So again, like this shit's hilarious because it's the same thing with the forced hospitalization. And you think I want to bother the foreign that older woman because again, the group of racist social workers and again, and all these backbiters and now the spectators no less, and now that all these old beefs that are probably going to be mentioned one way or another, that will right off in the contract no less, and also the beginning of the proceedings because again, you're trying to affect my mental health to the point that you want to take food away from me to the point that you can affect my mental health. That's so incriminating. Now that's such a hate crime that I have to laugh. Go ahead, continue doing that. Because continue, I have to laugh. I just have to laugh to know. And all the lawyers in the room are laughing, and now they're pissing themselves, all kinds of shit too. Like yeah, and now that like I have to laugh even my uncle Omar because you know why? We're both laughing at each other because you know what? Fuck you. See this? I'll see you in court. Like yeah. It's not like you're gonna have a laugh and see like you'll be better. But I wonder if it's gonna be lead up to actual real laugh in one way or another. Because again, Mount Gomer is not dumb. So like yeah, continue having that. Like yeah, okay. Where's Jim here? Like yeah, why are you going to try to slang that fucking Alex Jones shitty Nazi literature? Okay, moving on. Let's have that joke. Okay. Back to the Crunchy Sock Files. Okay, time is not a flat circle because you know why? Because you're a crunchy sucker. You know why? Because you want to have this baby mama drama emulation in your head, let alone also consider yourself a baby mama, even though you're not considered a baby mama. And like when you have those discussions, even when you have it in your head, like let alone have this stupid inception moments, like you are quite pathetic. That pathetic because not only am I not dressing the sugar duke room in the room, I'm dressing the Karen that knowing lady that one lady that you remember that one scene from a Wanted where like the whole Clippers thing like yeah like this like yeah, some shit like that because quite literally I have to laugh. I go break down your archetype and say you're that much of an insecure lady to point like for me to even say I can't use the word bitch because I'll use that against you in court of law. Okay, bitch, go do that. Let me stop you out and have a bunch of my friends from the neighborhood because I'm from the city, no less, right? And you're not. And now that you have no friends, you know why? You want me to emphasize this part so you could cry. Like, have that lonely martini to yourself and this guy. Okay? Okay. Because again, this is Bojack Horseman. And this again, I was having like one of those conversations with my brothers, like who's now a potser, no less, right? So again, like I was at somewhere, right, and eating some garlic bread, right? And I just played the scene for Horseman, and out of nowhere, some weird countryside sent me a weird message like, keep on thinking about the other guys and not me. Like, okay, stalker, go away. This is the reason why you don't want me to have restraining orders or a lawyer, let alone documented with the therapist, no less. So, because this is so incriminating to the point, like, yeah, it's like, that's how deep of a hate crime it is. And now with that, to hide behind what? A lot of other things that no one would care for at the end of the day, and we're all gonna laugh. Let's all laugh at the loser. It's 4:14 p.m. 6:25:23. I'm gonna post this on Facebook and see if I can post this on Twitter. The saddest like martini soliloquy ever here. How about that for a time, huh? A working time, huh?